Okay, guys. So, as you guys saw on our team page, we had the 10 for 10. Today's the last day to get to Success Club 10 by the 10th. And Symbol and I will be celebrating all of you that did and getting your t-shirts out to you. A heads up, we have, I think it's in the 3rd week of August, we're going to be running a flash sale. So start thinking about that and be prepared, to invite to it. You don't need to start inviting now. Usually flash sales, I feel like 5 days, 3 days, 1 day right before is usually when you get people to hop into there. But tonight I am so pumped because we have Maren Crowley. Is that how I pronounce your last name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joining us tonight. She is in the Push Elite group that Sindel and I are doing with Josh Coates, which is awesome. And since I joined at the beginning of the year, actually I was in it last fall, the last half of the year too, and she's always been like a rock star and sharing awesome ideas. And I just feel like you guys are going to all learn so much from her. She is a 3-star diamond coach. She also is 3-star in her spouse's account too. So that adds up. She, I feel like, is a master in placement and income and how to build an income. Yes, pushing for rank, but income is not necessarily always correlated to rank. And so she's just super smart and savvy in that way. Awesome leader. She's also a PGA golfer, right? And now coaches. She's awesome. And she actually lives, I don't know if you know this, Maren, but you live right across the Sound. I live in Connecticut, right in that area. So we're actually really close by. She's in Long Island. Katie, you're from Long Island. So thank you for hopping on and sharing tonight with us. We're really excited to hear from you.
No problem. I don't know what your Zoom settings are. So if you need, because I'm going to share my screen. So in case we need to do that, Long Island represent. Love it, Katie. I'm from the South Shore, but I live in the North Shore in the summer. And funny enough, guys, I actually live in Florida in the wintertime. So that is the life of a golf professional. And who said that this is their first call? Sherry? Who said, oh no, Jessica. Okay. So hold on to your seats. Okay. Don't let this intimidate you. But I tell it, I'm just kidding, sis. I promise. I don't bite, but I am from New York. So sometimes I get a little ratchet. So I just want to put that out there. And Katie's from Center Reach, so she knows how we roll on the South Shore. So that's how we are. But I tell it how it is. And I really want to encourage you guys throughout this entire call. One of the things, oh my gosh, Tanya, and she lives in Florida too. See, we're all dip setting out of New York and getting to Florida. It's okay. No state income tax. So if you're a Beachbody coach, it's where you want to be. But anyway, I have squirrel brain. So as I'm going through this, do me a favor. I promise I answer every single question. I'm one of the most transparent people that you will ever meet. Josh always teases me that I am way too trustworthy and I am way too honest sometimes in life, but that's a good thing when it comes to this. So put it in the comments so I can answer when I'm done. I promise I'm super thorough too. So who knows, maybe your question will get answered when I'm doing this. So I'm going to share my screen and let's go. So yes, I am a lifetime 3-star diamond coach. I've been in the business for 6.5 years. My husband has 3 of my diamonds underneath him as well. We are a 2020 Premier team last year. I will insert income disclaimer right now as I tell you that what you're going to learn is that rank doesn't necessarily equate to income. Okay, so sometimes when I don't like talking about my income and my money, not that I'm not proud of it and not that I haven't changed thousands of lives, but just because it's weird to talk about yourself. But I feel like it's necessary because I want you to know the true deal about Beachbody, and that rank does not always equate to income and vice versa. So I have earned over $950,000. I'm almost in the Legacy Club, which is the $1 Million Club. They changed the name. But that's as a 3-star. Okay. So I do have a multi 6-figure annual business. And I'm going to teach you what I've done over the years, and it's no secret sauce. Okay. It's basically 4 vital behaviors with a little sprinkle of Maren on it that has created this consistency. But just so you know, that Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. Everything is based upon his or her own effort and skill. If you would like a full breakdown of our incomes, please make sure you see the FAQ for that. Always have to say that, especially when it's about the money. So, first and foremost, be a product of the product. Oh my gosh, Maren, we know that. Yes, I get it. But many of you right now are in different parts of your journey. So I've been doing this for a very long time. My weight loss, I don't have children, so it's not like I've had anything in between to have a new surge of weight loss. My weight loss is 6 years old, guys. So I have to find different ways to be that walking billboard for Beachbody. I am the queen of consistency across the board with my business, my body, my family, my nutrition, everything. So I want to stress that, like, consistency, if right now you don't feel like you have a transformation, that's your superpower. Okay. So that is where you need to like ride that pony into the sunset. If you're brand new, I don't want you to think, oh shoot, I'm not at the perfect physique, whatever the hell that is, to be able to talk about it, because that's not true. People want to see the raw and real, and they want to see you. But what they need to see is consistency. So how do you do that? You show up on social media. You become super knowledgeable about the products. Now, do you have to know every superfood and Shakeology? Heck no, sis. But find 1 or 2 that you can really hone in on and literally sound like the scientists that came up with this, okay? So one of mine is Bacillus coagulus. All right, that is the strongest strain of bacteria, and I sound like so smart, and science is not my jam, but I like when I say this to people, I'm like, listen, it is the strongest strain of bacteria. It's the only bacteria that makes it through your mouth, in your esophagus, down your stomach, into your small intestine to heal the small holes that are in your small intestine. And people are like, listen, all I had to do is watch a freaking video with Darren and Isabel, and I pull out 1 or 2 things, and now I look like I can do all things in science. And that was my least favorite subject in school. But when you're knowledgeable, people start to trust you. You're not just some Karen down the street pushing shakes. Okay. That's super important. And I really think that you like that one, Jessica. I know, it's cool. I'm going to drop a lot of Karens. So when you go to Shakeology.com, guys, too, it's a great way to be knowledgeable about it, but also all of the guesswork is done for you, and all of the legality. I'm very like by the book about things. So the legality is already done, and you can't get in trouble with it curing certain things or whatever. That's already gone through that department, that you can just pull it out, put it into your posts, put it in your stories, and you're good to go. Because you have to remember, guys, people have spent a lot of money on shit that doesn't work. Okay. They've spent time, they've spent energy, they've tried this product, that product, and they've been disappointed. And you have to remember, especially when it's your family and your friends or someone you went to high school or college with, whatever, because they have that preconceived notion of these products, the last thing that they want to do is sign up for another thing, knowing you and failing again underneath you. So they have a lot of anxiety when it comes to that, but you need to put them at ease. If you are currently at your goal weight or whatever it may be, you need to find new ways to challenge yourself. So last summer we had Morning Meltdown 100. I did the program exactly like Jericho designed. I did 100 days in a row. I didn't double up. I did it sometimes hungover. I did it sometimes after coming home after a late night of work, and I had dinner and I already had a glass of wine, and I was like, bless up. I have freestyle flow today. It all worked out. The stars aligned. But I made sure that I did 100 days in a row because I've never, ever done that before. If you've never done the ultimate reset, challenge yourself with that. If you've never done the 3-day refresh, not my thing. I've done it multiple times. I hate the thing, but whatever. Try it so you can, at least say you've suffered through the 3 days, okay? It's really not that bad, but I just psych myself up about it. If you're lifting, right? MBF is a great way to challenge yourself with heavier weights and be tracking it and talking about that on your social. So there's always a way to challenge yourself, which is going to make you a better person and a better coach. Okay. I got a lot of people from the Northeast on this call. So I know y'all been to big weddings, okay? I know it. I had over 200 people on mine. So guess what? Those 200 people, they know 200 people. They know 200 people. You know people. I don't care how many followers you have right now. In real life, you know people. So I want you to write down their names. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about goals, affirmations, speaking nicely to yourself, and literally designing your future, okay? And this is one of those things. You're going to write down names that might tell you no in August. But 3 months from now, they sign up with you. 3 months after that, they become a coach. 3 months after that, they become a diamond coach. That's how this business works. But it's very powerful when you take a pen to paper and you start writing down these names. I want you to write down the people who like your posts, the people who watch your stories. But I also want you to write down who are your dream people? Who are you going to start connecting with and engaging with even more on social so that they know, like, and trust you so that you can invite them. Write down your dream squad. The other thing is you have to get into the DMs. What you're going to find is as your following grows, Facebook and Instagram, they're thinking, oh, wow, homegirl's popular. Okay? They're actually going to hide your shit from people. New levels, new devils. Okay? So you may think that, oh, wow, she has 15,000 followers. She has 25,000 followers. She has 100,000 followers. They don't, most of the people who follow them do not see their content. And I can guarantee you, because I've been lucky enough to be able to moderate and interview some of these top coaches in the network for Josh. And I can tell you that they all go into the DMs. Every single one of them. Sometimes they have assistants, but it doesn't matter. It's going into the DMs. It's necessary. That's how you have to have conversations. Do not just rely on, oh, well, I put up a really pretty story and everyone's going to love it. No, I can guarantee they don't even see it. So don't get flustered by that at all. And do not get flustered by people who tell you they have big numbers too, because they also have a lot of coaches watching their shit. So let's be real. You want people that you can help. High energy is a must, an absolute must. You're selling yourself. You're not selling the products. You're not selling Beachbody. Beachbody spends hundreds of millions of dollars on marketing every year, okay? You're selling you, because anyone can Google Beachbody on demand. Anyone can Google MBF. You're selling you. So your energy has to be high. Now, my biggest recommendation when you are inviting is do not do it when you're tired. Do not do it when your kids piss you off. Do not do it when your husband ticks you off. Do not do it late at night. Get it out of the way. Eat that frog. Do it first thing in the morning. I want you to blitz too, meaning I want you to have super focus. I don't want you answering DMs and answering all these things. You have to have super focus, and you need to do whatever it takes to have high energy. So I don't care if it's Energize. I don't care if it's putting on DMX or putting on Hillsong, whatever your jam is. Sometimes for me, it's hood music. Sometimes it's, worship music. It depends on the vibe. But no matter what, you got to make sure that you're super energetic, because not only are you typing in the DMs, but I want you sending voice messages. I want you sending video messages. Now, I'm a firm believer in duplication, so don't get it twisted. How are you going to do the video messages? I want you to film a video on IG with the invite, right? Or whatever is the follow-up, whatever it may be, okay? make it feel like it's unique enough, but not specific, right? So I wouldn't go, hey, Kate, because I mean, great, I can either send it to one Kate or 5 Kates or no Kates. So I would say like, hey, girlfriend, or hey, sister, or whatever, right? And I would do my message and I'm going to send it out that way. That feels a lot more personal than text, because I know it sounds nutty, okay? I get it. But even though you're duplicating that, like, outside world doesn't know that. Outside world does know copy and paste because they do that shit all the time themselves, but they don't understand the video, right? So it feels unique, it feels personal to them. And what? You have high energy. So you can just copy paste that, have a high vibe early in the morning and still send that out at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, right? My biggest thing is you guys have a gift. This opportunity has changed my life. It's changed Kate's life, and I'm sure it's changed yours. It is not your decision if this is going to change someone's life or not. Ergo, you need to invite everyone. Because it may not be the coaching opportunity that changed their life. It could just be the community. And this community, if you have never been to a Beachbody event, if you've never been to a live event, if you've never been to a super weekend or a summit, first of all, I encourage you to go. Second of all, when you do go, you will realize that this company is all shapes, size, colors, backgrounds, everything. My father is doing the 21-day fix. He's going to be 74. My mom's doing the modifier of MBF. Don't tell anyone, she's going to be 69. Okay. My mother-in-law does bar blend. I have people who've lost over 100 pounds. I have people who have had eating disorders. I have people who have gotten off of prescription medications. I've had it all. None of them look alike. None of them have the same story. And you never know what someone needs. You don't know that Sally right now is struggling in her marriage because all you see is the poly perfect photos on Instagram. She's really good at putting those up and making you believe a story that's not true. You don't know that Susan down the street is in debt up to her eyeballs and her husband just got laid off, but uses purchasing things online to showcase a life that really doesn't exist. You don't know these things. Okay. So you have to invite everyone. Then let them make the decision whether it's for them or not. You're going to share. You're not going to sell. And that goes without saying. And it makes it very easy to invite when you believe in what you're doing. When you believe in the products, you believe in the community, you believe in the opportunity. So talk to people like you would talk to your best friend. Don't be weird. Don't overthink scripts and invites or anything like that. Don't overthink it. Just be you. Okay? It's a lot easier than you think. Now, I'm not telling you to, with this quote, work that like there's someone working 24 hours a day to take it away from you. That doesn't mean I want you on your phone 24 hours a day. What that does mean is I want you working on yourself 24 hours a day. I want you getting better because that's the ultimate goal. Beachbody just happens to be the vessel that you're doing it within. Okay, so that's super important. But just understand that in life, don't be pushing up the rock and then take off for a little bit. You're going to slip down that mountain. Keep going till you get to the apex of that mountain. Okay, PD, that's part of working on yourself every single day. Even if you weren't in Beachbody world, I would recommend that you do this. My husband, yeah, he's a coach and he does all the things Beachbody, but I will tell you that he's also a professional golfer. Doing personal development has taken his golf game to the next level. I also attribute it to Shakeology and the workouts, just saying. But this was huge. And I know that a lot of times you'll hear on national wake-up calls, or you'll hear, like if we have a speaker at Summit, whatever, and they're like, oh, read this book. Rachel Hollis is coming out with another one, whatever. No hate. But if you don't need what's being offered, why the hell are you reading it? I don't understand. Right? So if right now you think that you don't deserve to live the $1 million life, or maybe you didn't grow up with money, or maybe you feel guilt, right? Whatever it may be, don't be reading Girl Wash Your Face. You need to be reading I'm a Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. If right now you feel like you're not worthy of being a leader and no one's joining you and you have a hard time recruiting, why the hell are you reading Stories That Stick by Kendra Hall? You should be reading 15 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. What are you missing right now in your life? What void needs filled? Read that. Get stronger in that area. That's like one of the biggest things that I've learned. Right now, I'm personally reading Essentialism because I take on too much, and your girl's like, boundaries, sorry. I'm done. Like, you need help with something? Maybe you can catch me on another day off. I don't know. Right? Like, that's just who I am. And I know that's the season that I'm in. The other thing that I will really stress to you, like I said, this is for all areas. It is not just Beachbody world, is I want you to write down your goals every single day. And I want you to speak nicely to yourself with affirmations every single day. So I love that you guys did your Success Club 10 by the 10th. That is great because you had a specific date. You had a timeline. So many times people will say like, oh, I want to hit SC20, I want to hit SC40, and then they don't hit it. Why? Because that's a really lofty goal, which I do believe in. I do believe in having those puke goals, but at the same time, break it down week by week. What do you have to do week by week so your back isn't up against the wall the last week of the month trying to make it happen? Take smaller bites. It's like the whole rhino analogy, like, or elephant, you know, how many bites does it take to eat an elephant? You got to do it small. And you're going to gain confidence, momentum by doing it that way as well. What gets measured gets improved too, by the way. So keep track of how many conversations you have, keep track of all your goals. Now, affirmations, that's my jam. It's not enough for someone to say, I lost 40 pounds when they've like lost none. Okay. Right. That's not enough. You have to put an action with it because that is what wires your brain to actually believe it in your heart. How many times have you said something to yourself and as you're saying it, you like don't even believe your own shit? You know, like, I'm a 15-star diamond coach, and you're like emerald. You know, it's like, no, like, no, it's not how it works. So you have to have an action with it. So let's use the weight loss one, for example. You would say because, and then you would have the action, and then the affirmation is at the end. So because I work on my fitness every single day and fuel my body with superfoods, I am capable of losing the 40 pounds that I need to not be type 2 diabetic. Okay? If you're a workaholic, like me, you would say something like, because I am trusting God and the law of sowing and then reaping, I know that the work that I put in today was enough. Listen, I could come up with these for days. But what I will tell you is you have to do it every single day. And when you slip, you're not going to notice it in your business right away. You're going to notice it about 4, 5, 6 weeks later. And then you're going to be like, oh shit, why am I at SC0? Oh, right, because I stopped doing the things. This is super important. And you can use it for all areas of your life, okay? Not just Beachbody. Recognition, which obviously you guys do. I know you guys do that. You just did in the beginning of the call. But make sure you're loving hard on your challengers. They love that. They love that. I'm personally a number 1 on the Enneagram, but I attract a lot of 3s. And if you're in Beachbody world, there's a lot of 3s. And 3s love to be recognized. So make sure every time you're a new challenger, announce them in the group. Put them on your IG stories. Tag them. If you have, like we do weekend warriors, so who showed up over the weekend, we tag them. First of the month, what do? We make sure that the first of the month, who checked in that day, you know, who's starting it off on a great, you know, kick. We tag all of those people. Obviously rank advancement, but you have a new coach. Celebrate that they helped their first person with the first challenge pack or their first coach sign up. I'm still living in the past here with the my challenge tracker app. That's because I hate blog groups, so I'm just trying to like relive the dream of MCT. But anyway, that's why that's the extra. Like, that's not existing anymore. In my mind, it is, guys. Okay, I still have MCT. Financial success is big and small. You may not think that a $200 paycheck is important because you're so busy seeing, maybe it's mine, right? My monthly paycheck. My monthly paycheck in July is what some teachers make in a year, okay? I'm not relatable. My story right now is not relatable because a lot of people don't believe that they can do it. There's haters out there that don't really believe network marketing is legit. Sit down, Karen. But what is relatable is you paying off your college debt, is you being able to afford your own mani-pedi without having to ask your spouse. It's you being able to give your children that extra treat when you go into Target, right? That extra cookie, that extra toy. That's relatable, and that's what people can really connect with. And I need you to remember, I had small victories like that 6 years ago too. I tell people all the time that my first check, it was for like $19, but I was an idiot and I didn't have the ETF set up. So Beachbody took out $2.50 from my check. So my first check was $17.50. And it was because I signed up my mom like with like 21 days or something like that. We all start somewhere. So never, ever deflate yourself in what you're achieving because it will grow. It has a compound effect. Okay. So how do you level up? These all things are great. You have access to the bat. You have all of the things, right? Which, by the way, be blessed that you have that because we didn't have that years ago, okay? But I need you to write down your small wins every single day. So I know some of you might have the Rise Up planner. That was too big for me. I personally use Kate, what's it called? Kate Bullard. Yeah, her planner. I'd have it in front of me, but it's in the other room. I use hers. But every day you need to write down small wins. Why? I'm going to say this pure as day. This shit's hard. You're not selling Tupperware. You're not selling nails. You're not selling hair products. You're selling someone, because that's what you are. This is sales. Take it for what it is. This is sales. Hello, this is sales. But you're selling someone on changing their life. Hello, that's freaking insane. But that's how powerful this opportunity is. You have the power to change a family. You have the power to save a marriage by offering this. Ultimately, it's up to the person, right? But there are going to be days where you don't want to do this. And you need to be like, some of you, where I know your littles are in the room, and you have to look at them and be like, all right, I'm doing it for him. I'm doing it for her. I'm doing it for my spouse. Shit, I'm doing it for me. Okay? Most importantly, that's who you're really doing it for. Because you can't be the best spouse, mother, sister, coworker, any of that, friend, unless you're taking care of yourself and your happiness. So writing down these small wins reminds you that maybe your day wasn't as bad as you thought. Or maybe you woke up unhappy. Boom, go right to that book of remembrance and read 6, 9, 12, I don't care how many things until you realize, wow, a lot of good stuff happened this week. It's super, super important. Okay, put your blinders on in this business. I cannot stress this enough. I have been in this business for a very long time. I'm the person that when Ashley Molstead, obviously I know who she is now, but like when Ashley Molstead was the top coach and she accepted it and like whatever, I was like, who's that? Because literally like I don't follow these chicks because I learned my lesson really hard the first few years in this business. I constantly compared myself to them. oh my gosh, she has so much prettier graphics than I do. And then I dink around on Canva for 70 hours, waste the entire week trying to keep up with your graphics. Or I would pose like them and it like looked weird. Like this photo that you see, this is Maren. Hello. Oh my gosh, we still have this stupid braid, right? So like just swap out the glasses, right? Like this is me and you got to be you. Don't get caught up in that. That is also the beauty of this network. If you look at the top 10, they're so unique. And the reason why they got where they are is because they were them. Mandy Kai got into the top 10 because she was authentically her. You know, I think that's so important. Ashley Molstead loves margaritas. She loves helping people, but she loves margaritas, right? Like everyone got to where they are because they were them and they worked their ass off. That's the only thing that all of these chicks have in common besides helping people is they worked their asses off. It wasn't handed to them, okay? But they were them. So unfollow all these top coaches, even the coaches on your team. I want you to mute, like if you really don't want to like have bad blood or whatever and you don't want to unfollow them, cool, mute their ass. Like mute their stories, do it. Because you're getting caught up. Like why do you, no offense, Kate, but like why do you need to watch Kate's stories? She's your upline. You know what she's doing. You see her on weekly team calls. You don't need to see what Kate's doing in her day-to-day. You need to see what, you know, Susan down the street is doing because you know Susan would kick ass at this coaching opportunity. You need to be engaging with her. Don't waste 5, 10, that adds up. When you start doing it times 10 or 20 or how many coaches you're following, that adds up. And then you're like, oh, wow, I wonder why I didn't hit Success Club. Yeah, because you're watching other people that already are in this community. That's dumb. So stay in your lane and make sure that you focus on your business and be authentically you. Social media is your business. Okay? So treat it like it's one. You have to set boundaries. You have to have office hours. Get your vitals done first, especially inviting and especially following up. Then you can dink around on TikTok and do all your, you know, Triller videos with your Energize, okay? But you need to get the vitals done first. So many coaches tell me they don't have time. So many coaches tell me that their family complains about how much they're on the phone. How are you going to fix this? First and foremost, all of this business, because I work 60 to 70 hours a week, mind you, in season when I'm teaching, okay? And I did not have a VA until a year ago, okay? So I need you to know that. And my rockstar coach, one of my rockstar coaches, she just turned 12-star this week. Lori did not have a VA for the first few years she was a coach, okay? So don't think, oh, they're so successful because they have help. Homegirl, I didn't have help for 5.5 years, okay? So I just broke it down to an hour. And if you're like, well, I don't know what to do, YouTube Micah Folsom and watch her Power Hour. YouTube Kim Fitzpatrick, watch her Power Hour. It's led. They're awesome. They're great leaders. Do as they do. You hang around those people and do the things that they do, you'll become who they are. I can promise you that. And when you tell your spouse or your family, hey, I'm working right now, or hey, I'm answering a prospect, they will know that you're actually working. So many times because they catch you on your phone, scroll, ooh, double tap, oh, that's a funny meme. Oh, I'm getting caught down the rabbit hole of whatever. Every time they see it on your phone, that's what they associate you doing, right? And especially, and my husband's in the other room, and he knows I would say this to his face. We actually have had calls on it. Men are very skeptical about this business. And I will tell you, this is not a get rich quick scheme. So you're going to have to work really hard, especially the first year, okay, to make your income. And they're going to get frustrated because they're going to see on your phone and they're not going to see $1,000 checks coming in weekly and this or that. And they're not going to think it's worth it. You have to make sure your family knows when's work time, what am I doing? And I cannot stress that enough. It will help your relationship so much. And make sure you set timers. So when you follow those power hours, they will have timers. So you're only finding new people for 20 minutes. You're not dipping into the DMs. You're not, liking stuff. You're finding new people. Next 20 minutes, you're engaging. Stick to whatever your task is. One thing at a time. Okay, you need to align yourself with people who want to level up. This is my Push Elite crew. Okay. One thing that I learned after years of not learning it, but I learned last year is that if you want to level up your business, you have to go with people who have already achieved things that you want and are going for it. You cannot drag your team, and you cannot expect all the warm and fuzzies, claps on your back from your team. It is not their responsibility to go, you hit SC10 in the first day of the month. You have to find a success partner, and I highly recommend you do it with, find someone in Boss Babes, find someone on a different team, right? It's actually going to help you a lot with brainstorming and coming up with different ideas. Your team is not supposed to be the one that you're checking in with when it comes to crushing your goals. Why? Because not everyone has the same goals as you. Not everyone works the same as you. And sometimes it can create tension within your team. So for me, I'm like, well, listen, if I want my girls hitting SC10 every month, my ass better be doing double. If I want my girls to hit SC20, I better be doing double. I can't tell my girls to hit diamond when I'm not at premiere, right? I kept pushing myself and leading from the front. And the best way to do that is change your circle. So your social media is like Lululemon, guys. You would not go into Lululemon, drop $115 on some Align leggings if the store looked like shit. You just wouldn't. So you need to make sure that your IG looks sharp. Have a filter. Wear different outfits. Wear your hair down. Wear it up. Put your kids in it. Have your dog. If you're on vacation, take a boatload of pictures while on your vacation. Everybody has FOMO over vacation pics. Okay? Make sure you do all the things. Now, bless up, I've been granted pigeon eyes, right? So I already have the circle around mine. Get yourself a ring light. I can guarantee you, go to your favorite blogger, your favorite Beachbody coach, whomever it is. I can guarantee you go to their photos, you will see the white ring around their eyes. People are drawn to it. Yeah, see, Kate got hers. People are drawn to it. I don't know what it is, some creepy woo-woo stuff. I don't know, but people love it. But make sure that your feed is aesthetically pleasing. It's the first thing people see when they go to your page. You can be a hot mess expressing your IG stories. That's cool. But make sure your feed looks nice. Show all the different sides of you. I have a coach on my team who oddly, she loves to knit. Okay. She's really into knitting. So she will put stuff up on there, and she knows that's her niche, right? So she'll do giveaways to gain more followers. She will make sure that she's sharing her, whatever it is, her knit pearl 2, whatever the hell it is. I don't know, right? She'll do stuff like that to show that unique side of her. It shouldn't just be all health and fitness all the time, especially if that's not necessarily your wheelhouse. Right? There are some coaches that have completely gone that way and found success in this business. But if you notice, they're also transitioning that now they're new moms. So now the babies are popping up. So this is going to be something that is very evolutionary for you. It's going to ebb and flow whatever season of life you're in, but make sure you're showing all these sides from you. You're here to empower, entertain, and educate. If your post does not do one of those 3 things, don't post it. No one wants white noise. Okay, you're just going to blend in. And I don't believe in posting for the sake of posting. I don't believe in that. I personally do not believe in posting every single day on my feed. My stories, I'm always there, but I don't personally believe in posting on my feed every day, especially this time of year when I'm working so much and I really pour into my content. It kind of fries my brain. So I do it every 2 days, 3 days, whatever. But I'm always on stories. Also, no one likes negative Nancy's. So until you've gone through your pain, whatever it is, don't share it until you can give people purpose. Make it a teachable moment for them. That is huge. I learned that from Shalene Johnson. Okay. You're always going to be your best coach. That's why you need to control the controllable. If you have family members that are accounts, make it your business to do your U+2. If you have a new coach sign on, please don't have expectations for them. I don't care if they say they want to be diamond in a month. That shit means nothing to me. Prove it to me. My coaches don't get time with me. Like, they get their first 30 days. I'm being very transparent with you. They get first 30 days. I love on them. I'm helping them. I'm giving them all the things. If they don't even help one person or make an attempt or even share their journey, you're done. You do not get access to me aside from a team call until you do something. Give me one elite point, sell a challenge pack, sign up your spouse, whatever it is. But if you can't even do those basic things, and you told me you wanted to be a working coach, now mind you, that's a working coach. That's not a loyalty customer and discount coach, okay? If you don't do those things, you don't get my time. I also really stress about not having expectations for people, because some people are going to surprise you. People who you never thought would be rock stars, like my rock star coach. She is my best coach, right? She signed up for the discount. She's 4-time elite, 12-star diamond coach. My other 2 coaches who are 1-star and 2-star, it took them 4 years to get their ass in gear and make these rank advancements. Okay. So no one's dreams are ever going to match yours. And the goal is to always find coaches that actually want to out-dream you and outwork you, right? That's always the goal. But keep putting bodies in your arena. New blood is super, super important for you, for the team, for the whole vibe. Okay, and last thing, this is what I say to myself every single day. God's greatest gift to me was my potential. My greatest gift to him is to develop it. All of you have a gift. All of you have a talent. All of you have a skill. You have a platform that you can share a message, that you can help people, that you can create a life that you deserve, because you never would have been given those talents and skills and that potential if he didn't believe that you deserved it. And I really believe that this is something that you have to search in yourself and figure out, what is my gift? Because everyone's is different. We're just all happening to use the same platform and the same network to share it with people, but each of us is unique. So make sure you use all of those gifts that you were given. And that's all I got for you. How do I unshare? Where are you guys? I can't make it big. Oh my gosh. Stop share. There it is. Whew. It was hiding.
Got it.
Okay.
Oh, that was awesome. Does anybody have any questions? And she said she's transparent, so you can truly ask anything.
Now's your chance. I know I'm thorough, but and the other thing that I will add to, guys, I didn't really mention it there, but when it comes to what you are empowering, educating, and entertaining on, don't ever feel pressured to share something that you don't want to share. Don't ever feel pressured to be part of some kind of movement that you maybe don't know anything about or aren't educated on. And I don't normally mention that on calls, but I have in the last few calls that I've been on. And that's because of the climate we've been in. Oh my gosh, what a cutie. The climate that we have been in the last few months. And I feel like some people are pressured to do things that they don't necessarily feel comfortable with. And that's not what this is about. And conversely, if something is super important to you, then you need to speak on it. I've been talking about human trafficking for a very long time. It's not a buzz thing for me. I've been talking about it way before all of this, okay? And I use my platform to educate people on messages that are important to me. And I know that what I've noticed in what I've been hearing is that sometimes when people are sharing about certain things, they notice like dips in engagement and all these things. Mine doesn't have that when it comes to human trafficking. Why? Because it's consistent with who I've been. It's not new news for my followers. They've known about A21. They've known about our rescue, right? So they know about these things. But I just want to say that because I know in our culture of Beachbody world, sometimes you guys feel pressure to talk about things or not talk about things that are important to you. And I don't agree with that on either side of the coin. So just always remain true to who you are and that you were given all of this for a reason. And by the way, red is your color, Kate, just saying.
Oh, thank you. I have a question for you. Because I think this is a big one that we have on our team is we have a lot of like coaches that are working full time and especially a lot of teachers. So I know the school year is going to get like crazy in a little bit, and you work 60 to 70 hours a week, and you've built a really big business while being extremely busy. Like, what tips do you have, or like what was the best thing that you did with like your time? I know you said like you knocked out the invites in the morning, but any tips for like the busy, because I know a lot of us are getting crazy right now with the school starting, or teachers are.
So a couple things. One, I don't sugarcoat the business. Okay. I let people know how busy I am. I also let people, I show all sides. I do not show that this is rainbows and lollipops, because it's not. And the reason why I say that is I don't have a ton of coaches, like relative to like other coaches in the network who you hear their stats and you're like, signed on 1,000 coaches. Like it like makes your head want to pop off. I don't have that. But what I've done is I've nurtured the shit out of my rock stars. So I don't do dash to diamond trainings. I don't do all of that noise, and I don't get bogged down with all of the planning and the this or that. I work one-on-one with my coaches. And I think that that's super important, because I think so many times in Beachbody world, y'all get, including myself, you know, for a very long time, you go into training mode and you remove action mode. But action mode is what moves your business forward. So if I'm being super transparent, for the longest time, I stopped watching the National Wake Up Calls. Okay? Because I'm like, it's a lot of the stuff that I've heard. I think they're great for new coaches, but at the same time, I don't think they're great for new coaches. It's specific ones. Like I did hear from like fellow peers that Christina's was great today. And I personally love Christina, so I will watch that one. But with that being said, the reason why I don't want you to get caught up in training mode is because what works for Christina isn't going to work for Lindsay Matway, and then Mel Mitro is going to tell you something different, and then you're going to be thinking all the things, and you're going to be over analyzing. Oh my gosh, I need an email drip campaign. Oh my gosh, I need a dash to diamond. Why don't I run ads? Like you're going to like think all these things, and it's not necessary. It really isn't. You just need to make sure you're talking to people, showing results, and inviting, and get your challengers kick-ass results. Make sure your challenge groups are amazing. Like make your challenge groups amazing. I don't even like running challenge groups, okay? But I make sure, and that's the other thing too, I will simplify that. Like I buy Mompreneur. Like Mompreneur, I don't want to come up with the content, boop, boop, boop. Now, if you don't have a VA, like I have my VA schedule it out, choose someone in your downline or whomever your partner is that you run the challenge groups with, and break it down and schedule the posts. Like don't reinvent the wheel for this shit. It's not necessary. Make sure you go in and comment and like love bomb on all those people and get them results. Because my best coaches, and the reason why I have so much volume is because my coaches got bomb results, have continued to have bomb results, and get their people bomb results. My coaches do every single fitness program that comes out every new product that come out. I have OG coaches that have been with me for the last 6 years. Some of them are just straight up loyalty customers, but it doesn't matter. They drink Shakeology, they do collagen, they do Power Greens, they do Fiber Boost, they do beach bars, they do all the things. So it's not just like, oh, here's my 90 PV. No, like these girls, they do a lot. And when I do my Success Club boards, I make sure that I'm recognizing those who, for the 5-week cycle, I'm making sure that they are getting recognized for volume of 500 and more. And like my best leaders are in the thousands for volume for the 5-week cycle. That to me is huge, because I don't understand, like, guys, we literally have everything. You name it, we have it. So why, this is an example, why would you eat Nature Valley bars when we have beach bars? A, they're better for you, and B, you can get paid for it. Why would you do collagen peptides when ours is better? And oh yeah, you get paid for it. Like, why would you do things and promote things? It's like my Nana growing up, I would wear Abercrombie and she would tease me. She's like, you're a walking billboard, Well, you guys are a walking billboard for Beachbody, and you can actually get paid for it. And when you build that know, like, and trust, I don't care what program we have coming out, what product, what flavor of Shakeology, whatever it is, people will buy it from you because they trust you. So that is, oh God, liquid IV. Yeah, I know. I have some people on my stories I see doing that. I'm like, what are you doing? So I really, that's one of the biggest things, is getting people results and really like love bombing your challengers, because it's a trickle down effect. They get results, other people see it, then they want to become a coach, or they get referrals, right? So they send you referrals, and then that's how it grows, and every single one of my coaches, that's been, who's, my rock stars, that's what's happened. And you just got to learn how to talk to people, which I'm an extroverted introvert. So for all my introverts, I promise there's hope for you. And when it comes to my teachers, look, Megan Geese is a perfect example of that. She did not touch her phone from 7:30 in the morning till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But she listened to personal development on the way to work, and she got up earlier to get her workout in. And when she came home, she did an hour of work, and then that was that. And she did that for years, and then she retired as from teaching. So it is very possible. What are you doing with your time? That's the end of it. What are you doing with your time? And then obviously, if you want to 10x your business, you 10x your actions, right? So if right now, if you're teaching and you only have an hour a day, follow the power hour, the lead power hours, so you stay on task. And then on the weekend, double it. If you have goals, double it on your weekend. You're going to have to do that for a year. When you're off for Columbus Day or whatever the hell, break you have, do 4 hours, right? But it pays off. This is all compound effect. Promise.
I loved your analogy of the farmer, like sowing, like, you're going to reap what you sow, right? Is that what you had said earlier?
And you have to be patient.
Yeah.
Think about it. If you all planted a tomato garden, right? Ding, 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 you put your little seeds in. Would you go out the next day and expect plants? No. Your ass would have to be out there giving it water, giving it sun, tilling the land, and then a few months from now, you'll see a freaking sprout. And then you're like, dang it. And then you got to do that again for another 3 months. And then it's going to grow a little bigger. And it's going to take a year before you see that like little green tomato. That's this business, because it's hard. But let me put this in perspective. This is the last thing I'll say. Got a lot of teachers on here. I don't know what everyone else does. Maybe you have nurses, maybe whatever it may be. Okay? Your job has a salary cap. I don't care how many freaking school plays you chaperone, how many teams you become a coach of that gives you that extra bonus. My mom was a teacher for 45 years, so I know the drill, okay? And I know all about your tier system. My mom was tier 2. She just missed tier 1, okay? And now you're in like tier like 80 million. I don't even know. To see Katie knows, she's from New York. I know the deal. Here's the deal. You have a cap. Beachbody, you don't have an effing cap on what you can make. It is all dependent on how many lives you touch. Some of you have 27 kids in your classroom. Doesn't matter. School district says, here you go, this is your salary. Beachbody, you don't have that. Do you have caps in your team cycle bonus? Sure. But you have the ability to rank advance. You have the ability to recruit more. You also don't have a cap on your matching bonus. Ever wonder why those top coaches earn what they do and they're not like 50 million star diamond? They're like a lifetime, 6, 8, 10, whatever. It's because their matching bonus can't be capped. So think about that. Some of these OG coaches or whatever, they're getting 10% off of someone's team bonus. Someone who makes $10,000 a week, right? Cycle bonus, their upline is automatically getting $1,000. Now times that by however many coaches they have underneath. And that calls for a different time about volume. But just understand that your job right now has a cap. Beachbody does not. You have a cap on how many people you can help. You can't have 50 kids in your classroom a year. You have 27. You're talking to someone. I was a Division I coach for 8 years. In that time, I could only recruit a certain amount of players every year. In my 8 years, because it's golf, right? It's not like it's soccer or anything like that. I only had 21 girls that I could mentor and mold. But guess what? In that 8 years, of those 21 girls, and obviously like my peers, because I also I coached at my alma mater. Guess what? About 60 to 70% of them are coaches on my team now in Beachbody. So bring your shit to work, drink your shake at your lunch break, chug that Energize, on your way home before you get your workout in. If you don't do it in the morning, bring your beach bar so when you're on the playground and you're on lunch duty, people see what you're eating. Hey, what's that? Do all those things. It's a conversation starter. Don't look at work as a detriment to you. Look at it as an opportunity for you to teach more people about this opportunity. Do you understand? Don't look at like your job like it's a crutch. Like, oh no, poor me. I have a full-time job. No. Like, not for nothing. Those of you who are working actually have an easier time talking to people about this than stay-at-home moms who the only people they interact with are 3-year-olds. Sorry. Like, it's true. Okay? So think about that. It's not a crutch. It's only a crutch if you make it one. I expect big things, Katie.
Oh. Any other questions, you guys? Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
I just have to say, I absolutely love the straight talk. Like, here it is. Let's put it out there. Get over your freaking excuses. Move on. And I so appreciate that. One question about not necessarily your onboarding process, but like with your new coaches, do you have them go through a specific training? Like, I know you said that you're kind of like, they have 30 days and then you either do something or you don't. Like, how exactly does that?
I don't just say, hey, sign up, figure it out. No, it's not like that. But I don't do an onboarding group. Like, I don't do a new coach training. I don't have time for that. Some people make all these damn videos. Who has time? And think about, are your people, like, I really need you to think about this. Your go-getters, okay? Are they going to really, like, the ones that you make this video for, that you're taking the time for, chances are they're not going to watch your shit. Let's be real, okay? Then you have the people who they were going to figure it out on their own, right? So I have a rule with my new coaches, not my new coaches, like the 31 days and up, okay? I do not answer their questions right away. GTS, Google that shit. FAQ, man. Like, I am not your personal Google. I am not your personal, FAQ from Beachbody. You have that for a reason. So when they sign up, I do have an email drip campaign, okay? listen, you're going to have to take a weekend. You're going to have to figure it out. Go into Boss Babes. If you're not in the Boss Babes Mastermind, okay, go in there, type it in the search bar. There's like a gazillion of them, okay? Go in there and create an email series for your peeps, because that's what I do. I go in as soon as you sign up on my team. I type your name into my email, right? Because I use ConvertKit. You might use PicMonkey, Flowdesk, whatever the hell you use, right? I go in there, I tag you as new coach, and then a series of emails will go out to you for the next 5 days. And it's simple stuff. It's like, here's your back office. I do have them watch Beachbody's video. Here's a link to your business activity tracker. Here's some apps that you need. I tell them about writing their list of their people that they're first going to invite. I talk about their coming out post. What else do? I tell them about the team call, and that's really it. Like, I can't even think of what else I have on there, because I keep it super, super simple. That's all I do. And then I just expect them to show up to the team calls, and I dump everything in the team page. I don't have multiple groups for Emerald and Diamond and this and that. I don't do pods. Like, I have a pod right now with, I shouldn't say don't do pods, but when I have rock stars, I will put them in a messenger with me. So I have 3 coaches that help towards elite that are really building to diamond. I have them together. They're on my team cup team. I am pouring a ton of energy into these 3 because A, they've proven themselves to me. They've hit Success Club. They've hit Emerald. They're growing, right? B, they are going to be the reason that we get to elite, amongst other coaches that I recruit in the future, but they've proven to me. And then, C, I also have them for next year for elite points and things like that. So anyway, that's my onboarding process. The same thing with a challenger. I have created the same kind of deal with my new challengers because, I just think sending them all that shit at once is overwhelming. So it has an email. They have 3 emails the first 3 days, teaching them about how to do their measurements. I teach everyone how to cancel their Shakeology because I don't want any shit about, oh, I'm not going to do that. Sis, you got an email, not my problem. We're all adults here. Figure it out. You know how to cancel your Hulu. You can figure out how to cancel your Shakeology. So I have them do that. And then I have it set up where 7 days after they're added to the campaign, right? So it's always like from their initial add-on, 7 days after, because that's usually hashtag not COVID times, they will get their Shakeology, and I'll have a whole thing of recipes, different meals that they can make with it, energy balls, whatever, because I don't want to hear anyone, I don't like the way it tastes. Figure it out. You're getting 70 million different recipes. You're gonna like one, sister. And then 15 days after they're added, so, like about when you're getting ready for that next auto shipment, they will get an email with my story about how I signed up as a discount coach to save on Shakeology and how I turned it into a multi-6-figure annual business. And, I'm not saying you have to do that, but just so you know, here's your opportunity to get a loyalty discount. Because I have a squirrel brain. I can't remember, some of these coaches, before Beachbody did this whole sending out the email when your stuff's being shipped, some coaches would set alarms. What? I had a hard enough time setting an alarm and remembering my damn birth control for years. You want me to remember to tell people about the freaking Shakeology? Are you out of your mind? So no, they get an email and that's it. And that's what I just have to do for me. Maybe down the line, I will change it and make it more, but I really believe you got to get your coaches to make money like that, within the first 2 weeks, and you got them. I'll give you a statistic. I'm sure you heard from Eric Worre. If a coach makes $0, you have them for 6 months. They make $1, not 100, 1. You can tack on another 6 months. So that's why I really, right away, get the list of people they want to talk to, stress the importance of Emerald. And I personally have a story, with my Emerald. I signed my husband up. He sat at Emerald for years, but he was able to collect carryover volume. and my husband has 1.7 million on his left leg. Okay. So like, figure that out, right? So I tell people, even if you're not really sure about what to do, get to Emerald, because that's helping all of you. It's helping all parties, right? And they all of a sudden, they look in their bank account and they're like, just from 2 people, holy crap, I made $100. Then they start to realize, wow, there actually is income potential. You know, so take action and get your coaches making money ASAP. And those are easy things to do.
I love that. Again, it's like so simple. Like, just do it, right? Like a simple little system. Do you run monthly groups? I know you said you love the My Challenge Tracker app. I'm sorry that it's no longer with us, but do you do ongoing groups then, or yours monthly, like flowing over?
So this is probably gonna blow some of y'all's mind. It's fine. It's fine. Listen, time is money. Okay. I don't believe that you get access to me, my content that I paid for, that I pay my VA for, to upload all the things, if you're not on a product every month. It's not happening. So I have an ongoing group at the end of the month. So for example, at the end of July, an email goes out to these peeps saying, hey, can you believe it's August already? Oh my gosh. You know, just so you know, going forward, you know, this is a paid group. Anyone who is on $50 or more has access to the Flawless Fit Fam and our daily accountability and prizes. And, you know, anyone who has HD. So that's the other thing. My HD customers and my coaches, so discount coaches as well, if they're on HD and if they're active as a coach, they will get my weekly meal plans. The moment you go inactive, I remove that shit. You do not get that week. So I'm very cut and dry that, hey, you know, and I don't have a free community. Some coaches do free communities. That might be something that I look to do, but free ain't for me in general. So like, free is not for my customer. I'm not the person who walks around Costco eating every little, you know, thing. That's not how I roll. I'm the type that I have to invest money in something for me to have value in it. That's who I am. And I know that's how most of my people are. So that's why, truth be told, like, they stay on. Like I have people that just stay on because they know, hey, if I want to have access to Maren and this content, I have to pay. And so it's an ongoing group. And if they don't sign up by, I usually do it like, I give them a couple of leeway, like the 5th or the 6th of the month, I remove them from the group. Sorry.
I love that. I actually remember watching your video when Bod Groups was coming out, and you were like, listen up. And it was like a huge wake up call for me, for just like people that are on Bod subscriptions, that I was like, holy crap, I'm getting paid $2.50 and I'm sending you weekly meal plans.
Yep.
What? Like, it was a huge wake up call. So I so appreciate you like being so cut and dry about it, because I do think it's super helpful with your people, like just HD in general. So Energize, like those different things, totally cool. What happens when somebody is like, no, I don't want to do it, but I really want to have like the weekly meal plans? Have you ever like considered doing like a monthly fee or anything like that?
Yeah, you just got to be careful with that with Beachbody.
I don't even know if this is a thing, if it's even possible.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that with Beachbody. You can't really like put that in verbiage, if that makes sense. Jemima will come after your ass. So,
you know, because we were like discussing it, and I'm like, I don't even know if this is something you legally can do, or like if it's quote unquote.
It's not. You're not really. You can't do that. You can. I mean, because it's your business, you can have requirements. It's just like in bod groups. There's requirements to be in your groups, right? You have to say, hey, you have to be on this, this, and that. But that's because it's Beachbody's products. You have to remember, like, we also work for $1 billion company. So it's all fine and good when you push in their products, but when it's someone else's or someone else's meal plan, they're not about the business, which I get. But I really haven't run into that issue. But I get creative with ways that they do stay on it. So I have a woman who, she's a discount coach, and she is allergic to caffeine. So even the smallest bit she can't have, she wants to drink Shakeology, but she just like straight up can't. She sees all the value in it. So she's on collagen, beach bars, and I think something else, but whatever it is, she stays active. So where there's a will, there is a way. And I've had plenty of coaches quit, come back, all of that, because they know that they can count on me, that I'm going to be around. You know, and I do believe there are going to be some people who just they just don't want, like, for example, I have another one who's pregnant and she wants to do bod, and like she can't do any other products. One of my best friends is a discount coach, and she just had it in her mind. I'm not saying that this was the case, but like she had a miscarriage against Shakeology, and she just decided, like, it was just I'm not saying that that's why she had it, okay, but I'm just saying what her mental was. And she had her baby in June, and boom, she's back on. So it's like, you got to meet people with where they're at, but also she didn't get my shit for a few months. I don't care if she was one of my bridesmaids, because you have to have boundaries with people. Otherwise, people will walk all over you. And you mark my words, the top coaches in the network have requirements of how you get their time, how you get their energy. It's a fact. And so if you want to be a top coach, start acting like one, you know? Time is the only resource you can get more of, guys. Remember that.
This was awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.
No problem. I gotta go take my melatonin now. I get hyped up from these calls.
I'm the same
up
way.
till midnight, like.
Yeah, Monday nights it's like I don't go to bed until like 1 because I just like can't. But I need to get some melatonin. That's a great idea. Thank you so much. And
you're so welcome.
Everybody else, like, thanks for hopping on tonight, and we'll see you next week. Okay. Bye guys. Everybody get a picture. Let's take a picture quick. Ready? Okay. Bye guys.
Bye guys. Have a good night.